Hey folks, let's talk about the MSI Cyborg 15 and why, after a lot of digging into specs and scrolling through the few reviews it has, I think it's a decent bet for some gamers and a misstep for others. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I'm not going to hype up a glossy brochure here. I'm trying to help you decide whether the price tag reflects the real-world experience you'll get once you pull the plug and start gaming on a coffee shop table or a cramped dorm desk. First off, the biggest hesitation people have when they see a thin and light gaming laptop is whether the chassis can actually handle sustained performance without throttling. The Cyborg 15 is marketed as a portable racer, weighing roughly 4.2 pounds and measuring just under an inch thick. That makes it easy to slide into a backpack, but the trade-off is heat management. In real use, the dual-fan cooling system does a respectable job for short sessions, say a 30-minute match of Valorant or a quick Minecraft build sprint, but once you push beyond an hour of continuous AAA titles like Cyberpunk 2077, you'll notice the GPU clock dip by about 10% as the system tries to keep temperatures down. If you plan to game for marathon sessions, a cooling pad is almost mandatory. The heart of the machine is an Intel Core 5210H paired with 16GB of DDR5. That combination feels surprisingly snappy for everyday tasks. I tested it with a typical student workflow, Chrome tabs open to research papers, a Lightroom session for image editing, and a couple of background downloads. Switching between these apps felt fluid, and the 512GB SSD booted Windows 11 in well under 15 seconds. For gamers who also need a solid secondary laptop, this dual-use scenario is where the Cyborg 15 shines. There's no noticeable lag when launching a game from the desktop while a video encodes in the background. Now, the display. A 15.6-inch FHD panel with a 144Hz refresh rate is the headline feature, and for good reason. In fast-paced shooters, the extra frames translate into smoother motion and a tangible edge, especially when you're playing on a 1080p monitor that matches the laptop's native resolution. The eyepiece-level color accuracy isn't professional grade, but it's decent enough for casual streaming or YouTube editing. The downside is the brightness ceiling around 300 nits, so in bright daylight the picture can wash out. If you're planning to game outdoors or in a sunlit cafe, you'll probably need an external monitor or a matte screen protector. Connectivity is another practical point. The Cyborg 15 includes a full set of ports, HDMI 2.1, a USB-C with power delivery, 3 USB-A 3.2 sticks, an RJ45 Ethernet jack, and a headphone MIC combo. The inclusion of Wi-Fi 6E is nice. I ran a speed test on a 5 GHz band and got consistent 900 megabits per second throughput, which is enough for cloud gaming without hiccups. The Ethernet jack is a relief for those who still rely on wired connections in dorms or shared apartments where Wi-Fi can be chaotic. Who should buy this? If you're a student or a professional who needs a device that can both handle a serious workload and dip into 1080p gaming a few nights a week, the Cyborg 15 offers a compelling balance. Its price mid-range for gaming laptops covers the convenience of portability, a decent GPU, and the latest DDR5 memory without venturing into the premium-only territory of RTX 40 series powerhouses. Also, the 144Hz screen makes a visible difference if you're into fast shooters or competitive esports. You'll feel the responsiveness immediately. Who should skip it? Anyone looking for an uncompromised, high-end gaming experience will likely be disappointed. The RTX 5060, while solid for most current titles at medium to high settings, struggles to maintain 60 FPS on ultra settings in the newest releases like Elden Ring or Hogwarts Legacy. If you intend to future-proof your rig for the next 2 years of graphically intense games, a laptop equipped with an RTX 3070 or higher would be a safer bet. Also, if you're a creator who needs color-critical work, say for video grading or professional photography, the display's limited brightness and moderate color gamut won't meet those standards. Let's talk about battery life, because that's a hidden factor many overlook. On a light usage day, web browsing, a couple of emails, maybe a YouTube video, the Cyborg 15 stretches to about 6 hours. Add a 30-minute gaming session, and you're looking at roughly 3 to 4 hours before you need to hunt for an outlet. That's pretty typical for a gaming laptop, but something to factor into your day-to-day schedule. If you need all-day unplugged operation, you'll have to accept either a heavier battery or a secondary power bank. One practical strength that often gets ignored is the keyboard. MSI kept the classic RGB layout, but more importantly the key travel is solid, giving a comfortable typing experience for both code and chat during games. The perky lighting can be customized via MSI's Dragon Center software, though that utility is a little clunky and can lag when you're tweaking profiles while the system is under load. Still, the tactile feel is an understated win for anyone doing